Those voices. Oh, those voices. We knew their voices' sounds as children, frolicking on playgrounds, calling to each other at the local swimming hole. The voices were rich with youth's treasures, filled with sounds of long lives to live. We heard them under Friday night's lights at football games, in hushed whispers of young love's exuberant passions, in the barns and factories and school hallways of previews in what was yet to come. The voices were bold and fearlessness, brought by feelings of invincibility. They were nervous and secretive tones of fear of what realities might be known. We heard them saying loves and families' farewells, in introductions and inductions and oaths sworn right hand in the air. The voices, identities hollowed, fell into cadence on drill decks in places echoing their sounds for the first time. Motivation, we heard them, ready and barking above the guns and mortars and bombs and trucks and fighters and the unending helicopters, copters. The voices greeted new lands where all seemed so unreal, but was so real beyond real, no one could want to know. We heard them yelling in firefights chaos, the din mixing with the cacophony of the growing sounds, seeking order, fighting fears, hoping for help. The voices screamed with pain. The voices sobbed in loss. The voices gone silent. 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 Never to return. Until that day, upon monument of brass and steel, that monument, fragments, with broken bodies and helping hands, and all representing. Their voices there returned, softly in the wind, upon stamped rods bearing their names, bundled together in soft-speaking chimes, formed to remind us of bamboo. It's there, on that terminal moraine they call the high ground, that the voices whisper their messages to us on the wind that blows up from the valley. We heard them even on the monument's prototype, that piece of sculpture sitting on the semi-trailer used as the dais for that cold day's groundbreaking. The prototype's small chimes clinking their voices in approval of we who, that day, spoke about what the memorial sculpture might mean. We stopped speaking each time they spoke, us giving them our ears and time and honor by making our loudspeakers go silent. And then, when the real monument was unveiled in later months, we heard the voices through a downpour of the sky's tears, baptizing the monument and them and us, a sudden gust of wind following to dry those tears and allow the chimes' voices to help so many heal. The years have passed now between when the voices were silenced and when that monument was built to give them new life. Spirits have been healed for some, and memories so painful are whispered in those chimes, in those voices. More monuments were built on that site they call the High Ground, there in Clark County near Wisconsin Center. Those monuments remind us of other battles, of more need for healing, and of other lost voices. But there, in the heart of it all, we listen for those voices. The 1,244 young Wisconsin voices that otherwise would have been forever silenced so many years ago in that Southeast Asian country. Voices that Those speaking to us of the Vietnam experience whisper echoed voices from those lost before and since.